Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. And for everyone watching, if you could share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here with Demi the Daredevil. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. There was a release today, so we had a release party for about 3 hours. So I'm a bit socialized out, but and getting on all the stress of juggling all the stuff for a release. But I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Definitely. It's great to have you here for the release date. So
Yeah.
you want to start off by giving us a little history about the band for anyone who doesn't know?
Yeah. I started the band a long time ago. Actually, when I was in high school, I was started off as a drummer. I met the singer and the guitarist through someone I was playing tennis with. Went in a room with them, jammed out. I played drums for about 3 or 4 years with those guys. We moved to Austin from El Paso. The singer ended up passing away. I went back to school, graduated from UT, and then I kept the band going with my brother, who's a classical musician, and we made an EP together through the same band name. And then just relationship dynamics are hard, so I've been through a lot of bandmates, and I'm kind of just here now as a one-man act, and just slowly but surely learned how to write the lyrics and the melodies and beats and stuff.
Wow. Now, your genre is unique. It fits into almost like an art rock genre. So you want to tell us about that?
I was raised with I guess classical music and jazz and show tune stuff that my parents played in the household, and then in another world I was listening to a lot of punk and alternative rock like Blink and Green Day and The Used and My Chem and Fall Out Boy. So I have that in me. So I guess I think if I can condense it, it boils to down to kind of a theatrical alternative rock. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, tell us about the new single music video that was just released.
It's called, the song is called Paranoia on Main Street. It just came out today. It was co-written with Ben Basria, who I think I'm pronouncing his last name right, who I met in Austin. He co-writes with a lot of people here, and he made the chorus line, and I kind of just finished up the production on my end. And it's a good. I don't know where the name or the concept kind of just popped up subconsciously, and it wasn't intentional at all, but it kind of turned out being me working through kind of just a little phobia and repulsion and just weirdness around strangers, and just kind of facing whatever that fear is I have around people, I guess.
Are you currently working on more material too?
I am. There's a lot of demos in the bag, and I'm trying to, as a DIY artist, there's a lot of business stuff that has to be balanced and juggled. So the music was it was all about the music, and then I was trying to think about how to be more strategic with this, and then the music fell by the wayside, and now I'm kind of having more fun with just focusing on the creativity more. So yeah, I got some good stuff in the works.
And how have you been handling the whole quarantine lockdown?
I love it. Well, yeah, I don't have any problem with it, because I'm always I've learned to be kind of a reclusive person anyway, so it's not really that much different for me. But there are a lot of there's just certain tragic stories that have happened that I've been closely related to, so I related with. So it's good and bad for me. It hasn't affected me personally too much.
And your area, how's the venues been handling the situation?
I think that a good amount of them, I don't know if they've actually closed down yet, but I know that I heard that a lot of the mid-sized venues were closing down. Like I was hearing that like 90% of venues were closing here, which would leave just the bigger bands and the bigger venues still going only. And so that's what I heard. I don't know if I know like a mid-sized comedy venue definitely closed down here. And I don't know. I think that the mid-sized they were planning on closing.
Wow, that's a shame.
Same, I know. Same in New York, right? You in New York?
New Jersey, but yes, just
Jersey.
starting to close. So, wonder what's going to happen.
I know. Yeah, yeah. Really hope. Yeah. Hope. I think we can pull through it. It might be a. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like an ant's mound where you just like wipe it all and then it's got to build up back up again a few years later.
When touring is able, you have plans to go out and tour?
That is the goal. That has been the goal. I'm trying to get I went on a tour before and came back thinking like, yeah, I got to, it makes sense to me to tour if you're signed to a label or if you've done it well online. If you somehow break out online. So I'm trying to get trying to focus on the digital realm and get exposure that way first.
Well, you've gotten your name out pretty well so far. How do you think that's been possible?
Yeah, I think that any kind of like community that's been built online was from me just taking a step back and figuring out who exactly I'm talking to, and really connecting with people like myself. Like any other artist, you would just try to connect with someone who's going to resonate with what you personally go through. So I think that's been, I think it started with me just sending out a bunch of DMs to people on Instagram and just saying like, hey, if you don't like this, you could digital punch me in the face, and if you like these bands, I think you'll like it. So it kind of worked. Yeah, that worked pretty well, and I've learned throughout the last couple of years that I need to just focus in on those who really care and not always chase a bigger and bigger fans, but just focus on the small tight knit group and really grow that relationship. Yeah.
Awesome. Now I want to ask, how did the name of the project come to be in the first place?
It was Jovan, the singer who passed, he came up with it, and I think it was like he came to us and was like, okay, it's gonna be Demi the Daredevil or the Root Beer Kamikazes, and then we picked Demi the Daredevil, and then I'm glad that we were working with some people along the way, like producers, and they were just we changed it for a little while, the Daredevil Express, and I'm glad we didn't stick with that, but it was kind of like a lot of people were always saying, well, you can't really remember that name so easily. Everyone has trouble pronouncing it, so I just make sure to say Demi is in Demi Lovato, the Daredevil, and it works. So I don't know.
There you go. Are you expecting a new album anytime soon?
Yeah, that's it. So I was planning on doing this kind of choose your own track album where I was presenting 2 songs at a time and saying, okay, which direction do you want to go to, and call it the University Series, and kind of like base it off of like this dark academia aesthetic and my experience going to college, and so I started doing that with this past release. It was between Paranoia and Main Street and Party Contagion, and I kind of I don't know, I've kind of put a stop on it because I feel like I would be nice to do something like this, a choose your own track album with more resources to back it. So I'm kind of I'm on the fence as if I want to do that right now, or just release singles in a more like in a way that's it's not trying to make it into something bigger than it can possibly be.
Yeah, and I hope to see more music videos coming because I like your creative theatrical elements and style in your videos.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, awesome. Well, okay, when you let me ask you, when you say theatrical, do you come up with that word by looking at the videos and you kind of think like, yeah, this is theatrical, or is it like the title or the genre that I've kind of or you know what I mean? Like, do you see it being theatrical when you see it for the first time? Do you see it being theatrical, and what makes it theatrical? I'm still trying to define or decide like or understand what makes something theatrical. I still don't know. Maybe it's the face paint. Could be
There's a lot of elements going on. Like you put a lot of creativity. It's more than just a normal video. There's a lot going on into it, if you know what I mean. So like the editing, obviously, I know your genre music, but when I watch the video, I can tell too.
Okay. It's like more elements than just singing with an instrument, but it's like a fantasy kind of thing.
Yeah, like the production.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Now, if people want to find you online, look you up, get your music, how do they do that?
you can go to DemiTheDaredevil.com, or you can go to Instagram.com/Demi the Daredevil, or anywhere really. Twitter/Demi Daredevil. Demi the Daredevil is too long for Twitter handle, and TikTok and YouTube and Spotify.
Awesome. So just all over the social media.
Yeah, all over that. It's nice with distribution platforms now. You just upload the song and they send it out everywhere. And the ones that I mentioned are probably like the bigger ones that actually matter more. And then there's all the little publications that maybe people go to.
And are you going to take part in any of these virtual concerts some bands have been doing?
I did one for HAM, which is a health alliance in Austin. And I'm gonna pre-record one for Rock the Vote, and it's basically people can come see the live stream on I don't know, they have a bunch of platforms that they're using, but you can watch the live stream if you take a selfie of yourself after you voted. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, it was good having you and talking with you, and everyone look them up.
Yeah, check it out. Thanks for having me.